Hello guys, here is Joe again, and in this chapter of Choosing Your Hero, we will talk about the Undead, the kingdom of the Walking Dead. So we'll start with Abaddon, that those days is a really good hero, and he is all about skeletons. So if you spend some gold in Abaddon, you will buy the master of skeletons, and that is the way you can achieve its best potential, is by building a deck around reassemble. So his playing style is mid-range. You will buy a deck around skeletons and try to beat the enemy with a reasonable number of turns. And his raw power is moderate, but that's relative, because in limited he's probably one of the best heroes. And he, yes, is a beginner friendly hero because his abilities for a mid-range game are really good. The capacity of summoning endless skeletons can give you a good advantage because the enemy just gets crazy. He keeps removing your stuff, but you get skeletons in place. So it's you practically every turn you will have some creature on board. It's almost impossible to remove all of Abaddon's stuff. As you can see in the video, I made a almost exclusively reassembled deck, and you will see that I keep spamming creatures, and the enemy keeps killing them, but it's never enough. That's part of the strategy. And yeah, just because I said that, he killed me. No, I have some chance, but that is. And if you are one of the guys that like to play some tribal decks, Abaddon is just perfect because it's easy to get some reassembled dudes to use even when you start the game. So you can even do a mono kingdom deck like the monocolors magic old decks. You can do a entire deck around undead, just playing skeletons, and it will still be effective. And his weakness depends on the meta, because those days Fan can remove the reassemble ability once each 3 turns. That's a lot. It's troublesome. But even so, even not being the best at times, Abaddon is good. He's good, and he worths the gold you will spend on him. And what about Icor, dude? He's the Necromancer guy. He keeps bringing back his minions. So if you buy Icor, you will buy a Reanimator, and he can resurrect especially the most costly guys, the fatties. And he can play some styles. He can play mid-range, and also you can make an aggro deck with him. That is not so usual. And his raw power is strong, but you are limited in the deck building. You have to put expensive cards for it to work. And he's clearly not beginner friendly. You need some really good cards for him to work. If not, he's just too random, and sometimes big creatures those days are easy to kill. So if you make a deck about crap expensive card, crap fatties, you can get yourself really vulnerable. So I will not advise to buy Icor if you are starting to play the game. And also, he is not reliable. The way you will see Icor the most is on defensive decks in Guild Wars, because he is just not reliable enough. You need some luck to play him, especially because he's too last abilities that have really variable outcomes depending of the next card on deck or next card on pile. But that game, when you pull some luck, that game Icor is really strong. So he is unreliable but strong. People that likes it will find him really fun. Annie's on the spot. She's a real nasty bitch. She can sacrifice her sexual slaves for mana and life. That is really, really wicked. So when you buy Annie's, you will buy a healer, since her first and last ability can heal. She can remove corpses, and she have a mini fireball in her middle ability. So it's a really interesting hero with moderate raw power. Depending on your strategy, that power can become strong. But she is definitely not beginner friendly. You need really powerful cards to combo with her, since her last ability needs to be maximized with combos. You will lose a creature, you will kill your own creature, so you have to get the best of it by combos. Since you can see in the video, I can have this last ability filled and have no uses for it, since most creatures you don't want to kill them. So creatures like Grizzly Beast, Tower of Gnomes, that is really fun, and others like Dragon Egg, allows for some funny strategies. Like you see, I got rid of the skeleton just because I wanted, because it's not a creature that you want to kill. So yeah, she is really different of other heroes. She is a undead healer, not a holy one. But the problem is, for building a mid-range strategy with her, it's really slow, and other slower heroes like Tanya are more powerful than her. So it can happen like you see in the video. I have this Grizzly Beast and have to cast him, because it relies on some combos and sometimes they doesn't happen. It's not, like I said, consistent, but it's fun and it's not weak. It's not weak at all. But you have to know that you need some cards for it to work, unless it can be really frustrating. But yeah, why not? Playing a sexy undead bitch is fun, and well, if you feel like it, buy Annie's, and she used to be my favorite. A while ago it can be strong again in other meta. And for last, Emerus. That is the free skeleton warrior that you get in the Undead Kingdom. So when you get Emerus, you get a aggressor. He is the example of the aggressive decks, the aggro decks, because that's all he can do. He can remove creatures, he can summon a skeleton, and can buff creatures. So that's the prototype aggro deck. But he is weak, especially because his first ability does damage to yourself. That's really bad. But he's really, really beginner friendly. I used him when I started the game with good results. Because, like I said in Elemental, when you start in a game, you want to sacrifice your creatures for damage. You throw them in the face of the enemy. Hope that the creatures do some damage, then die. You can't escape from that. As you see in the video, I keep doing damage, getting some good exchanges, then the creatures, like you see, just die, and I keep hitting. Boom, 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 boom. And that's it. It's a really simple game. It's hard to play, since you need some calculations, some mathematics. But it's the best way to play, in my opinion, when you start a game. because you don't have combos. It's impossible to do combos with a limited card pool. And the mid-range decks, they need some more powerful creatures or spells or even gear. They need epic stuff to work. And aggro doesn't. It's a simple game and it can't be simpler with Amorous. So yeah, if you get Amorous, he is the second hero you get. Use him for fast play, for fast strategies, and throw all you have in the face of the enemy and hope that he dies before you do. And that's it, guys. That's it for Undead. That is a really fun kingdom with some good heroes, some average ones, but all of them are fun. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you are liking the game, and I hope I see you guys in the next video. Have fun.